Yeah, and I think that that's an additional concern for the LAPD. You see there's someone in custody on the bottom of your screen that's tilt back up. I think you're right, that white vehicle that was, boy, there is no easy angle on this situation here behind those two trees. But we believe right now that the woman that was initially driving the van is in the driver's seat of that, or at least I believe that, in the driver's seat of that Mini Cooper. We don't believe the keys are in there because she hasn't.
That is likely
away.
The driver of the white car, is my guess.
Correct. That's what Chad, my cameraman, is telling me, that he believes is the driver of the Mini Cooper.
No, Scott, I'm sorry. The person being held outside of the vehicle is the Mini Cooper. There was a person put in an officer's vehicle that had colored hair, brightly colored hair. I believe she might have been in a separate vehicle. There's two people in the back of that car now. And so we still haven't gotten the initial driver of the stolen van out of the Mini Cooper.
Correct. So, no, that's what I was saying. The one of those two suspects were the driver of the Mini Cooper after they picked up the suspect who was driving the van, the woman. She now appeared to me to be in the driver's seat of the Mini Cooper when we had the other angle. And now you can see why they want crowd control, because the whole neighborhood is coming out here. Officers have their guns drawn. You never know when you're dealing with someone who may be aggravated just by the fact that the police are here. So if I'm not mistaken, Philip, it looks like they're moving in right now. Hopefully they'll be able to take her into custody. I believe the only one left inside the Mini Cooper right now is the original suspect of the van, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, and as you mentioned, it's difficult to see exactly what's happening, but they would also probably know whether this person is armed or not based off of the two people that they have in the back of the police van. And it does look like we've been able to get the person in custody. Officers do seem to have gotten this woman out. Again, just for people who are joining us here on Eyewitness News at 11 a.m., 7 minutes after the hour, this person that you see being taken into custody now was originally driving a stolen van, was driving very erratically for upwards of an hour, hour and a half, maybe even 2 hours before family appeared to get involved in other vehicles, telling officers that she has a mental health disorder, possibly bipolar, and they actually got her out of the van and into the Mini Cooper, at which point they drove around for a brief period of time, and as soon as officers engaged, they pulled over, and that's where we are at this point.
Hello, I'm Mark Brown. Get more great ABC7 content by clicking the subscribe button for our YouTube channel, and download the ABC7 Los Angeles streaming app on Fire TV, Android TV, Apple TV, and Roku to watch on your TV.